Welcome back, or just welcome. I'm Lizzie Frizzle, and this is the Recap Corner. Today, we're talking about Farmer Wants a Wife, Season 1, Episode 5, called Tears, Tantrums, and Tailgates. This episode delivered something I've been waiting to see all season. Landon riding a horse! In the past, I've questioned Landon's cowboy credibility, despite what the wall hanging in his house says, and a big part of the reason why was because we'd yet to see him ride a horse in a close enough shot so you could actually identify him. Now that that has happened, I have to say, in the wise words of Keke Palmer, I'm sorry to this man. In the beginning of this episode, Jennifer Nettles explains that the contestants and the farmers have reached the halfway point of the experience. We learn that the women have lived on the farms for almost 3 weeks, but some of them are still waiting for their first one-on-one interaction with their chosen farmer. I don't get how that's possible. How can you live in someone's house for upwards of 21 days and never have a one-on-one conversation with them? Like, what is everyone doing all day? Fortunately, some women, like Kirsten and Rebecca on Alan's farm, finally get their first solo moments in this episode. Unfortunately, they come with varying results. In the morning, Rebecca seeks out Alan while he cares for his horses. As she is a horse trainer, they talk about horses.
How often do you ride?
Normally I ride pretty regular, several times a week.
I haven't seen you get on one time.
You haven't?
Here? No.
You haven't?
Have you been riding since I've been here?
Yeah, I have. Sneaky about it.
No, that's very sneaky. I'm very jealous.
Yeah, sneaky about it.
Alan tells Rebecca that he's noticed she gets up early to make sure all his horses have enough water, and that he appreciates it. More than anything else, Farmer Wants a Wife has taught me that being into horses is a way to deeply bond with someone, assuming they're also into horses. Later, Alan finds Kirsten on his porch. She's journaling and spending time in the Word. Is that like the Bible? That's like the Bible, right?
Can't believe we've already been here almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, right? It's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun.
I guess so.
But
The two of them endure an excruciating conversation until Alan is so exhausted from forcing it, he excuses himself.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'll let you get back to doing what you're doing. I just wanted to...
Well, thank you for coming out here.
That 20-second conversation took such a toll on Alan, he can't even close the front door before audibly letting it out. Meanwhile, in Georgia, Devon also craves her first one-on-one time with Hunter, but she and his other contestants have to load hay bales onto a truck bed instead. In Oklahoma, everyone loads into a truck and heads into town for coffee. It's the morning after Landon's first elimination. Everyone agrees that the vibe's improved and that he's in better spirits. Landon tells us his strongest connections are with Ashley R. and Kylie, the 2 women he's taken on solo dates. But I can't tell anybody apart in this scene because all the women are wearing the exact same pair of shorts. The most eventful morning happens on Ryan's farm because his mom, Betty, shows up to meet the contestants and offer advice. Something I really like about Farmer Wants a Wife is that it seems like anything could happen at any time. Designated elimination dinners don't have to have any eliminations, that's fine. People can get sent home at the weekend getaways instead when eliminations aren't intended to happen. Ryan's mom can show up as the only parent in this episode. And the farmers can avoid one-on-one interactions for 3 weeks while their contestants live in their houses. There are no rules. Despite the should-be super importance of Ryan's mom meeting his contestants, this scene is very short. Just long enough for Betty to have a positive interaction with Sarah I with an H, and then tell Ryan she's her favorite. The farmers announce the next weekend getaway to their contestants. This time, everyone's headed to South Carolina for a demolition derby. I don't know anything about demolition derbies. The closest I've ever been is that episode of The Middle when Axel accidentally drives into one. But the women are excited to go, even if it's less about the derby and more about hearing what dramas happened on the other farms. You know your show needs more drama when even the contestants are starved for it. After the demolition derby, each farmer will choose a contestant to join him on the next solo date. It only took 5 episodes, but I finally understand this show's format. Prior to the derby, the cast tailgates on a grassy knoll above the arena. They've got camping chairs, fire pits, pickup trucks, and lots of unlabeled beer. Jennifer Nettles is there too, wearing her wildest outfit of the season yet. To join the cast at this tailgate in a patch of grass, she wears a leather suit. She can't even comfortably sit down in it. She checks in with the contestants, and from farm to farm, the message is the same. These women want more one-on-one attention. Jennifer Nettles relays the message to the farmers. She reminds them that there's a difference between making people feel welcomed and making people feel wanted, and that all 4 farmers need to want the women better. Like at the last full cast event, the contestants catch up amongst themselves while the farmers do the same. Ryan reveals to the other 3 that Sarah I with an H is his mom's favorite, and Hunter reveals that Megan is his fave. Why is it that the ones who were wishy-washy about quitting so often become the favorites? Is it like a playing hard to get, want what you can't have kind of thing? The farmers also fill each other in on their latest eliminations, but even days after it happened, Landon still can't speak about sending Nicole home with any kind of agency.
So did you guys send somebody home this week?
Yeah, I let Nicole take the chance to go home.
Alan adds nothing to the conversation because nothing's happened on his farm since the last full cast get-together. And yes, I'm including Cassidy Joe's kiss in that. Over in the contestants catch-up, once again, it's Cassidy Joe herself who adds the most to the episode by doing the most. She's in a group conversation with fellow Alanites, Kirsten and Rebecca, and with Lily from Ryan's farm. Lily asks if Alan's kissed anyone. Kirsten and Rebecca are quick to say no, but Lily can tell by Cassidy Joe's face that that's not true.
Has he kissed anybody?
No.
Okay, so you kissed. You kissed, babe. I'm just curious. Can you tell me when you kissed him?
When I took him out to talk to him.
Kirsten feels disrespected to be left out of the kissing loop. Rebecca rushes to clue in Alan's other contestant, Kelsey, but Cassidy Joe beats her to it. It's pretty awkward.
My shoe feels good.
That's it, that I lit up by myself.
Hold on. It's so
You want to touch me?
Why is this not more?
Yeah, here, just so I can tell you, because it got brought over there, Alan and I kissed.
The Cassidy Joe Alan kiss is a big source of tension throughout most of the rest of the episode. But in order for that tension to bubble, the contestants need a while to stew. And more importantly, to keep drinking. So what better time to sit through the actual demolition derby? After the derby, the cast returns to the fire pits on the hill. It's time for the contestants to vie for one-on-one attention from their chosen farmers. When we arrived at the Derby, it was daylight, and the cast was already drinking. Now it's nighttime, and people seem drunk. But that's not always a bad thing. It's bringing out Lily's complimentary side.
Date selections are always on the ladies' minds.
Y'all look really cute. Hunter, you too.
The rest of Ryan's contestants are anxious for that solo time. Sarah V pulls him first, but we don't see a single second of their one-on-one interaction, as if we needed any more indicators that she's not going to win. Instead of seeing Ryan and Sarah V's one-on-one time, we see Haley's reaction to it. It's the tantrum the episode title refers to. She cries and complains to a producer that Ryan isn't paying her enough attention. This was one of my favorite scenes from the episode, partly because Haley delivers a pretty memorable quote.
This man acts like he likes me, doesn't? I don't want to be here. I don't come here to be a background character.
I know that. Go to the bathroom, get yourself together, and just tell me what you want to do.
I'm done. If Ryan doesn't want me here, I don't want to be here.
You have to tell him that.
And partly because of the setting. The producer escorts Haley to the bathroom so she can fix herself before confronting Ryan. It turns out that bathroom is just a porta potty. How is she supposed to fix herself in there? This moment was a great reminder that we're not in Bachelor Nation anymore. There's no international travel, there's no luxury accommodations, there's just the grassy knoll behind the Demolition Derby and the porta potties. Later, when Sarah V and Ryan finally return from their mysterious one-on-one time, Haley pulls him for a private moment of their own. She wants reassurance that there's still a connection between them, and Ryan gives it to her in the traditional dating show style, by making out with her, then feeling her up a little bit. After their talk, Ryan yawns to camera and says the women are wearing him out, even though he's only interacted with half his contestants at the Derby. Sarah I with an H disappeared from the edit as soon as they got to South Carolina, and Lily might as well be one of Alan's contestants this episode because she's still dealing with the fallout from Cassidy Joe's kiss. At this point, Lily's in the parking lot. She's comforting Cassidy Joe, who's now crying because she gets uncomfortable when people are mad at her. I do feel badly for Cassidy Joe because I think it would have been way weirder to lie than to admit she kissed Alan. But I also think the whole thing could have been diffused if she explained that the kiss was a pity peck and not like a tongue-in-throat makeout. Regardless, Lily does what you do when you're trying to comfort a drunk, sad person. Just tell them what they want to hear. She tells Cassidy Joe that Alan's other contestants are intimidated by her because she's more forward than they are. Lily promises that if she's reading Alan right, then he's way more into Cassidy Joe than his other contestants. He just doesn't want to make anyone feel bad. Now, obviously, as soon as Lily said that, you know Alan's gonna do something to show that actually he is into the other contestants. Cut to Kelsey, who's ready to confront him about the Cassidy Joe kiss just as soon as Kirsten helps her out of her camping chair.
Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Help me get up, please. I wanted this one-on-one time with Alan because some things did go down today.
Last episode, Kelsey contemplated quitting after her one-on-one date with Alan didn't lead to any physical affection. Now she wonders if he's a hypocrite, because after explaining on that date that he likes to move slow, he kissed Cassidy Joe. Kelsey says as much to Alan, and in response, he tells her that he likes her, or that he feels strongly about her, which is how you say that in Alanese.
I told you on our date, your smile and you're always happy, and I love that. Mm-hmm. But the more I thought about it after our date and stuff, and I do want you to know that I really feel strongly about you.
After, Alan asks her for a kiss. Successfully. And if you ask me, this is really his first kiss on the show. I also think it's probably the end of the Is Kelsey quitting storyline. Post-kiss, a beet red Alan talks to a producer and explains that those couple sentences he said to Kelsey was the equivalent of him pouring his heart out.
Are you excited? You're so
I mean, I'm terrible about it. I spill my guts, okay? That's about the best I can do for tonight, but yes, I am excited.
But alas, with every connection that grows stronger, so must another weaken.
I just didn't see this coming. I mean, I literally had no, but I felt rejected, which is hard as a woman.
Alan eliminates Kirsten, kind of bluntly. He tells her they're awkward around each other and don't flow well together. She's real smad.
Oh, that makes me so mad and so sad. I'm smad.
Alan's elimination style may be a bit curt, but if I were a contestant, I think I'd way prefer that to Landon's unwillingness to even acknowledge there's a competition happening. During another group chat, Landon's contestants ask if he really thinks he'll find a wife at the end of filming. His answer is kind of concerning.
Do you think that the more time you spend with us, the more it makes you think that this process could work at the end?
It goes both ways, because the more time I spend with everyone, the more I find out about you all.
In the midst of the group hang, Landon finally pulls someone for a private moment. It's Ashley R., who he hasn't spent any one-on-one time with since their first solo date back in episode 2.
I'm taking it a little bit more seriously because I'm a mom trying to date. Eventually that would come into play.
That's the deepest of the deep conversations.
I know, yeah. I'm trying to keep it light, but I still just know this is my life is a lot different than everyone else's. Yeah.
Even though in this scene he seems unwilling to talk about the important stuff, that Landon pulled Ashley R. for a private moment at all is a pretty strong indication he likes her a lot. Still, for the sake of fairness, or maybe it's for the sake of Landon trying to kiss as many women as possible, he'll spend his next solo date with either Ashley L. or Zoe, the two who have yet to have any one-on-one time with him. Zoe starts campaigning by telling Landon that he looks good standing. Will it work?
Do you want a chair?
No. It'd be weird being 3 feet below y'all.
I know, I feel you look good standing there, but I'm sure you're not comfortable.
Hunter is also choosing between 2 contestants for his next solo date. But unlike Landon, one of the women is his expressed favorite, Megan. Poor Devon, Hunter's other contestant who hasn't had a one-on-one yet. She tries to impress him. She wears a sparkly outfit, she gets him a beer, and opens it with her boot.
Do you want a beer?
That's where I was heading to.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I am here to find a really genuine connection.
Watch her.
I'm seeing sparks and I'm feeling them, but then you kind of just second guess yourself.
Okay.
There we go.
She tries asking him about kids and marriage, but Hunter just takes her questions and asks them to Megan instead.
If you could have your wedding anywhere, where and why?
For me, it's as long as I'm with the person I'm meant to be with, I'm pretty well open to just about anything. Don't need anything showy. How about you, Megan?
At the end of the night, the cast reconvenes for the solo date selection. Alan explains that Kirsten got the boot. Jennifer Nettles praises him for being solid and clear, which, out of context, kind of sounds like a tagline for a medication that helps you go to the bathroom. First up is Hunter. He picks Megan, but is polite enough to pretend it was a tough decision.
Once we started making these decisions and who we were going to take on these dates, it just gets tougher and tougher as time goes on.
Next, Ryan picks Sarah I with an H because he respects her standards, and also because she's his mom's favorite. Landon picks Ashley L, and Alan picks Rebecca which was obvious because we saw them talking for the first time all season at the top of this episode, and because with Kirsten eliminated, she's the only contestant left Alan hasn't solo dated. Next time, we see the third solo dates. Landon and Ashley L. dance in a field. Ryan and Sarah I with an H kiss on a bridge. Hunter and Megan and Alan and Rebecca ride horses. Also, Ryan reveals something to his contestants, and Hunter's group meets his parents, I think. If they are Hunter's parents, then it really informs his infatuation with Megan, because she looks a lot like his mom. Thanks for watching. Come back next Tuesday for another Farmer Wants a Wife recap. And in the meantime, if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye.